Hello, fellow gardeners. Well, we're getting down into March now. Still getting cold at night. I hope you did your tomatoes like I told you last week. Something I want to mention to you about onions. When you plant your onions, and I hope you've already got in the ground here in southern Oklahoma and North Texas, and probably up and towards Kansas, you're starting to plant onions. You don't need to plant them onions real deep in the ground. You want your onion to make on top of the ground, to make a bigger onion. So just plant your onions down your row about every 8 inches apart. Just stick them in the ground just deep enough to hold them standing up. And water them in, or either wet your soil and then plant them and pull your soil up around them a little bit. Because as they grow, you're going to put nitrogen on them. That's what makes your onions get big. Use something that's got a higher nitrogen like our Nature Source, which is a 10-4-3, or go buy you something, it's kind of got more nitrogen. It does phosphorus and potash. But anyway, use something like that to feed them with. And as they start growing, you need to pull that soil away from them. And when you wind up with that maturing crop of onions, you want that bulb sitting on top of the ground. That's the way it gets big. It's growing up there and just the roots in the ground. Easy to pull that onion when you get ready too. So anyway, that was just a little note right there on your onions. I know there's lots of things you'd like to ask for, and if you'll text me some things you'd like for me to mention, I'll try to do some videos on them. A lot of people are asking about blackberries. Yes, you can put blackberries in these wicking tubs. You do it just like you do your tomato plants or anything else. They like the same pH. Now, if you're putting out a blueberry, that's something else. Then you've got to make that soil pH down in the 5.2 to 5.6 range instead of up here 6.4 to 6.7. So what you do to there, you either put sulfur in there to change the pH back down. Don't add no lime in it because you don't want to sweeten your soil. Don't add no gypsum in it. You want to add, you can use also vinegar. Besides the sulfur, you could use vinegar. Use your half a cup of vinegar twice a year, in the fall and in the spring, to change the pH for that blueberry, and it will thrive in that tub just as good as anything else will. Now then, I want to mention one other thing to you now. It's getting into gardening time, and I'm a strong believer in teaching these young people to garden. We have to. We're not teaching our children to garden. They don't know where their food comes from. Most of them think it comes out of the back room there in these chain stores. And folks, we've got to get them back into gardening and teach them how to raise some of their own food, because I don't know how they'll make it without it. Anyway, we've got this class, that we call it the Kids Encouragement Class, from 5 years old up to 15. You don't have to pay anything to enter. All you have to do is get you a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket or a tub, and get that child to help you build it. Take pictures of it. You can help them build it. We're not that strict on it because we're wanting you to guide these children in doing it. Send me a picture on my text on that phone number that's mine, 580-564-5909, and send me some pictures, of them building it, when they transplant their tomato in it, or whatever they want to plant in it, beans or whatever. Send me a picture when they plant it, and then send me a picture of them watering it or something, taking care of it through the season. Then when it gets ripe and they start picking it and eating, send me a picture of that. Then this fall, you get back with me and say, we've finished our crop, we're through with our crop, and we want to show you what all our children have done. Then I'm going to send your children a check, each one of them, that's entered into this. If you've got a class, got 20 or 30 kids in a class, and y'all all do this, I trust everybody to do it honestly. Then I'm going to send a check to every one of those kiddos that grows in a bucket. This is our encouragement class. This is what we do with this video money. We get a little money off of YouTube for doing these videos. And we're going to spend that money on these kids, teaching them, encouraging them to grow some of their own food. Okay, if you like these videos, punch a button, ring the bell, give me some comments, text me what you want me to talk about, and we'll make you another video.